Match preview time. It's Southampton versus Preston North End this weekend in the Sky Bet Championship at St Mary's. Saints return home in what is a huge game for the manager, huge game for the club and for the remainder of this week, because it's a big week. It's a 3-game week and it is the start of that 3-game week. It's Preston Saturday, followed by Queen's Park Rangers at Loftus Road on Wednesday night. Full watch along on the Football Martin channel on YouTube. And then it is back at home next weekend to bottom of the table Sheffield Wednesday. Huge week and a lot of pressure, not just on the manager, but on the players to deliver a performance that is worthy of wearing the Southampton shirt, certainly after that disappointing defeat last weekend at Blackburn Rovers. And I don't really want to talk about that game anymore, but I'm still looking forward to going because I enjoy seeing my friends, enjoy getting to a home game. I love home games. I prefer home games and away games, and we have to start performing at home. We've only won the once there all season, and that was in the opening fixture against Wrexham. And the last win at St Mary's before that was against Everton in the Premier League. It seems like we just don't see wins there, and we have to turn home form around there. It's just like it has to happen. Right, let's look ahead to the game of the weekend. I've got a guest joining me very shortly because Charlie Wynyard is going to be coming on the show. He's a TikToker, a massive Preston North End fan. I follow his TikTok content and wanted to get him on just to get an insight into Preston. He travels around watching them, and it's always good to get the opposition's view. So we're going to do that very, very shortly. But first and foremost, let's have a look at the Sky Bet Championship table. And Preston North End, they've had a very good start to the season. After 12 games, they're on 19 points and sit 7th in the Championship. Southampton, our team, we sit 20th, 12 games and 12 points, and it hasn't been good enough. We all know that, and hopefully we can put a performance in at the weekend, and we absolutely have to. Right, let's have a little look at the head-to-head between Saints and Preston. And the last fixture at St Mary's ended in victory for Southampton. It was a good game on the night. It was the rearranged fixture after that game had got called off. It was the fire down in the Chapel End in those warehouses that called off that midweek fixture, that original fixture. And Saints played them a little later in the season, and it was a really good victory on the night. Saints won 3-0, and it was a really good performance. From what I remember, Shay Adams with a double on the night, with Stuart Armstrong scoring as well. It was a really good first half performance. I remember it really, really well. And it was it was probably a blessing in disguise that the first one got called off, because Saints had a few injuries at the time. And the reverse fixture that season finished with a 2-2 draw. So Saints picked up 4 points from Preston last time out in the Championship, and a 3-0 victory this weekend would be very, very nice, wouldn't it? Can we do it? Give me all your score predictions in the comments box below. Right, let's have a look at the stats for the season so far. So this is the SOFA score stats for it. They've scored 13. They've scored 15 goals. We've scored 13 goals. Goals conceded, Saints 17. Compared to the 12 that Preston have conceded. And they've got double the amount of clean sheets as us. They've got 4 clean sheets compared to our 2 clean sheets. And we do have to start getting more clean sheets. And I think it will be interesting, actually, to see who starts in goal at the weekend. Will Gavin Bazunu come back in after a poor performance from Alex McCarthy last weekend? Or will McCarthy keep his spot? We've chopped and changed goalkeepers a bit. I am not going to do a predicted lineup actually in this episode, because I think it's a hard one to predict with injuries and people coming back from illness. We don't really know. And looking at the press conference that was held yesterday, still went on to say that Flynn Downs is a doubt, and if he's available, he would start because of the injury concerns in midfield. Shay Charles, he confirmed that he was out for at least 7, maybe 8 games. It's going to be a big miss, Shay Charles, for us. And there's obviously concern around Cameron Archer. Will he be fit? Won't he be fit? So it's really hard to do a predicted lineup. So what I will do is give you some thoughts on how I think it will potentially line up. I would love to see the 5 at the back scrapped. I'd love to see us go with a 4 at the back. I would much prefer to see it. I don't think that will happen. I think Harwood Bellis could potentially come back in for Joshua Kwasi. I don't think there's any reason why he shouldn't neither. Played in a championship side that got promotion last time round with us and was a really, really good performer week in, week out. So for me to see Taylor Harwood Bellis with the experience at this level to come back in, I don't think would be a bad thing right now. I don't think Stevens will come in, but to see Harwood Bellis and Wood play together, I think that would be a really good partnership at the back. And then you've got Wellington's not going to play because he's out suspended. He can't play this weekend, but Ryan Manning's played loads of left back, and you've got a well-experienced right back in Mads Roslev. So I think as a back four, but that would be a decent back four. I think midfield worries me slightly because it will be Casper Yander as long as he's recovered from illness. But who partners him in central midfield? I'm not sure that will be Finn Azaz because I thought he left us a little bit exposed last weekend. So does he have a big punt and throw Moses Sesse in because he wasn't involved with the 21s for the game against Real Madrid on Wednesday? Will he come back in and play in midfield? I think that is potentially something that could happen, but it is a big gamble, isn't it, to bring such a young man into the side? Give me all your thoughts. How would you set up the team at the weekend? And if Cameron Archer's fit, you definitely play him. And I believe that Preston North End have a few injuries as well. So we'll find out a bit more with Charlie. And it's that time of the show where we do need to bring in our guest today. And it is the turn of Charlie Wynyard today. He's a TikToker, massive Preston fan, to give us the inside scoop on all things Preston North End. We are joined by our guest. Charlie Wynyard is here. He's a massive Preston fan, big TikToker as well. Before we get into our chat and our conversation, where can we find you, mate?
It's over on TikTok, basically. Instagram, same, at Charlie Wynyard. Nice and easy to find me. Follow me on Instagram or TikTok. I don't really do much else.
Charlie, you're up and down the country as well watching Preston North End. You're a massive fan. How long have you been following the club for?
Since I'm guessing, like, my dad used to take me on when I was a baby, so I'm 30 years old, so let's say 30 years, yeah.
Oh, wow. So you're a big fan all your life. And your love for your club clearly comes through in your content. It's not been a bad start to the season, neither, Charlie. You've had a fairly decent start, haven't you?
Yeah, we've started off all right. There was a lot of, in pre-season, a lot of fans thinking, oh, what we're going to do this season. We've made we've not spent a lot of money, which is what North End do. We don't never spend a lot of money. And we brought a lot of free signings in, and people are a bit hesitant about the signings. But the ones we've brought in, and with Paul Heckenbottom being the manager is as well, they're all workhorses. And to be honest, it's worked out quite well for the players we brought in. Because I've said this quite often in the last 4 or 5 seasons since Ryan Lowe come in. To be honest, when we had Ryan Lowe in, we played the 5 at the back. And being 5 at the back, you need decent wing backs. Everyone knows that. Yeah. It's only this season we've actually had proper wing backs, and it's starting to work. So it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've been trying to make wing backs as well, but we don't have proper wing backs. So
yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, it doesn't work that well. You need the players to play it. So talk about like your system. Obviously, you spoke about players coming in over the summer. What was the key signing for you this summer?
The probably the one I was probably most excited about is probably Thierry Small, because being young, athletic, and it's a chance of selling on, because North End don't do that regularly. We always buy players that are a bit older and have no resale value. Where with Thierry Small, he's a young lad. There's every chance, if he's playing for England under 19s, there's every chance he could be a big top player. But if he doesn't, who knows? But that's probably the most exciting one. But to be honest, they've all been decent signings. Like we've had Paul Valentin, who we signed for free from Sheffield Wednesday. A lot of Sheffield Wednesday fans didn't rate him at all, but from what I've seen, a lot of North End fans seen, he's a quality player. He's got pace, he's direct, and he likes getting the ball in the box. And we've seen the same with we signed a player called Andriy Vukovic, which is one of Milutin Osmajic's mates. I mean, he's come from a Mexican league, some random team, and he's come in pre-season, and everyone's thinking, oh, "Who's this fella here?"
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the game the other night against Sheffield United.
Hell of a comeback. What a comeback.
He's the one that crossed the ball in the end for that
Mm.
for winning with Jefferson. He's got a yard of pace about him, but unfortunately, you're going to enjoy this. There's two, him and Gibson, our best centre half, who we brought in as well. They're both injured, and we're not going to have him for 2 weeks. So that could be a negative impact this weekend, not having them two players.
Yeah, what's Terry Small been like? Has he been playing well? I've seen it. I saw a goal. I think he scored twice. Has he scored twice? Am I right in saying
Yeah, he
this
scored
season?
against Charlton, his old team.
Yeah,
Funnily
yeah.
enough.
He's got a. I tell you what, he's got an eye for goal in him, isn't he? Because he proper hits a ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not set the world on fire, let's say that, but he's been good. He's direct with the ball. His defending's not the best. I've seen someone saying someone who's pretending to be a North End fan, that his defending's brilliant, and then a lot of North End fans will disagree with that because his defending's not the best, which you can improve as only young lads. But in
Yeah.
terms of giving the ball, he'll run at players all day long. He'll take players on. He's a lot left-footed though, but he's trying to use his right foot, like we've seen one on the goal he scored. But he's looking to be a quality player. I think he just needs time to, and these players around him. Like I think Paul Valentin will help him improve his game. But so far, he's been a decent signing.
Yeah, you sit 7th in the Championship after 12 games. You must be really chuffed with that. I don't know what your aspirations were at the start of the season, but when you went in, how did you feel like in the summer? What were the Preston fans feeling was going to be a good season?
Well, seeing as last season we'd finished just, I think it was a goal difference from being relegated, with us drawing at Bristol and Hull winning, and so Luton went down. A lot of people were down in the dumps, and to be honest, I try and always stay positive. I always knew there were going to be a big turnover with Heckenbottom in charge, and to be honest, I might start the season, my predictions, I was happy with anything from 17th upwards. But
Yeah.
how we've been playing recently, I'd be happy with anything from like 14th upwards. Which is
Yeah.
it's a sad thing to say in football. You always want to finish higher, but that's what we're used to.
Yeah, no, it's a great football club as well. Deep Down's a great stadium as well, isn't it? It's decent fan base. Will you bring me? It's a long way to come the weekend. Will there be a good travelling support to Southampton this weekend?
The club posted a couple of hours ago. I think there's over 900 coming at the minute.
Happy days. It'd be an interesting atmosphere. It'd be an interesting atmosphere in St Mary's. The Saints fans have only seen 2 wins in a year. Do you see it as an opportunity to come here? And Will Steele, who worked at your football club, you know a bit about him.
Yeah.
He's under a bit of pressure down here already. Do you see yourselves coming here and really piling a bit more on your ex-employee?
I would like to think so, because, well, we before this season, before what was the game we won overnight? We won away. We didn't win away again since last year against Watford on a Tuesday night. We seem to do all right midweek away games, but Saturdays we seem to struggle in away games. That saying, with like them 2 injuries, I'm not very confident that we will win. I think there's a good chance we'll score a goal or 2, but I'm not there with a lot of people saying that we'll bang on to win at the minute.
Yeah, it was a good turnaround against Sheffield United, 2-0 down inside the first 16, 17 minutes. But boy, did you turned it round, but you turned it round in unbelievable style in front of the TV cameras. It was a solid performance second half as well, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was a great advert for the Championship. We started off well, like Mike Heckenbottom said. We started off 10, 15 minutes. We started off well. We maybe could have had a few chances, and then for some reason the defence has fell asleep, which we've not seen this season so far. They've been fairly solid, but obviously it looks like there's going to be a mistake here and there. But it happens. It could happen at a weekend if Cameron Archer, if he does play for you boys against us, them chances at Sheffield United have, he's all over stuff like that. So let's just see, because I'm not too, like I said, I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, we've got injuries. There's like Cameron Archer's going to be out the weekend. He picked up
Thank God.
nasty. He got an ankle injury. We're short up front. Adam Armstrong's available and Damien Downs. That's all we have striker wise at the moment. So we are scraping the barrel centre forward wise at this moment in time. And there's a few injury concerns in midfield. Looking at midfield and your central midfield partnership. How does it look? Do you think the weekend? Who's likely to play in the middle of the park? Because I have big concerns over what we're going to field central midfield, and a lot of games are won and lost by your central midfield.
Yeah. It looks like I don't know if you've seen that young Harrison Armstrong who we've got on loan from
Mm,
Everton. He's really come to play, especially against Sheffield United. He does the bits that no one sees, the dogging, the tackles,
mm,
and he's only 18 years old. He's going to be a quality player. I think it's going to be.
mm,
I think we're going to play, to be honest, the same players and the same system we did against Sheffield United. It'd be silly not to, really, because there wasn't really bad performances apart from the few
mm,
injuries. So it looks like it's going to be like Whiteman, Harrison Armstrong, and then we've got the two players we've got on loan, Divine and Dobbin. Them two
mm.
players, quality, as well as the loan players we brought in so far have been quality. Jefferson, I still think he needs a bit of time. A lot of people forget he's been around a long time in football so far, but I think he's only 2021, and
Yeah,
that is no age in football, is it? Really, it's no age at all. He's
yeah,
still learning. So
yeah,
I don't mind it. I play football myself, not to a decent standard like, but I understand
yeah,
that it's not an easy job, especially when sometimes we play one up front, sometimes it's two up front. If you're up front and
mm.
you're on, it's not an easy task whatsoever.
Yeah. Where do you play? You talk about you play football. What position do you
Utility
play?
play me, utility.
Oh
I
yeah.
prefer to play like centre half, but I play
Mm.
all over the place.
Would you play on a Sunday when obviously when you have a bit of downtime?
Sunday, holding midfielder usually when I play for my team on Sundays.
I love it. Absolutely love it. I do miss a bit of Sunday League football, got to be honest. So,
Yeah, can't
so you're
beat
trying
it.
to mix watching Preston and playing a bit as well. So it's a bit of
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
balance now. You come in south at the weekends. You come into St Mary's.
Yeah, coming down, staying over. I won't be playing on Sunday. Obviously, I'll be in Southampton till after dinner time, and then be shooting home.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm looking forward to the game. Paul Higginbottom's come in. What's your thoughts been on him? You enjoying the football you're playing under him? Because, like you said earlier on in the podcast, that the game was a great advert for the Championship against Sheffield United a couple of weeks ago. Really good advert for the champ. You've been impressed with what you're doing under him.
Yeah, definitely so far because he's where we had Ryan Lowe beforehand. I hate saying it, but I did like Ryan Lowe when he first came, but he said a lot of things and never did anything about it. Like he'll say,
Mm.
"No, we're going to bring this attacking football," and it never happens.
Yeah,
Well, Heckingbottom's a bit more like, "Well, this is what it is, and this is what we're going to
yeah,
do." And the players aren't going to do it, then they're not going to be playing. And so far, you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring fast pace, attacking
mm.
football. When we get that ball, he wants the players up there. You can see him. If someone's not tracking back, he's shouting at him. If someone's not pushing forward, he's telling them straight away. And then we've got Stuart McCall as well as his assistant, and he's just as good
Yeah,
an asset as Heckingbottom himself because he was a decent manager in his time, and a
yeah.
lot of
He
the players
was.
always speak well about him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a big week. I'm just looking at your fixtures now. So you play us on Saturday, and then you've got Swansea in midweek at
Yeah,
home as well. So
bonfire night.
it
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Like the 3 game week makes it really tough, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does tough, but it's good in the sense of if you do get a defeat, you've got another shot at getting 3 points in the next couple of days. Because what seemed to happen last year in North End, the reason why we did nearly drop, a lot of people thought, oh, we were crap. It wasn't. It's because we drew 21 games. 21 games we
It's a
drew.
lot of draws, isn't it? It's a lot of
That's 20,
draws.
like I say, maths,
That's a
21
huge
points.
amount.
Yeah.
God dear,
You'd
that's a
rather
lot.
lose half and win half, and you'd be on a lot more points, wouldn't you, straight away?
Yeah, you've got Swansea, then Millwall. You've got Millwall next weekend, haven't you, before the
Yeah.
international break? So on paper, it's quite a tough run of fixtures before the
Oh, yeah.
international break. What do you think you could do in the next week, points wise? What do you think you could go and pick up?
If we're being realistic, I think I would like us to win this weekend, but I probably think we're going to draw. Swansea, we always do well at home against them, so I'd like to say a
Mm.
win against them. And then Millwall, last few times I always go to Millwall away because I've got good friends who are Millwall fans.
Yeah,
We've not done well there in 4 or 5 seasons,
tough
so
place to go in at the
I
Den.
can see us probably getting beat. Yeah, as much
Yeah,
as I'd
no,
love to say we win, you got to be realistic sometimes, especially
yeah,
where
no,
they're doing quite well as well.
yeah, no. They've been doing well. The championship. We should touch upon the championship. it is such a wide open league this year, isn't it? It is like the relegated sides that have come down haven't really set the world alight. But the promoted teams that have come up have done really well, haven't they? Like,
Yeah.
Birmingham are doing okay. You played them a couple of weeks ago. Wrexham, they're in amongst it. They're more than holding their own. And Charlton Athletic have been the pick of the promoted sides. It's a fairly open league, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of teams have finally found their feet. You look at teams like Stoke, for instance. They've been every season that I've known since they've been in Championship. They've always been wandering around from like 16th up to like just the playoffs. And I think a lot of them, with obviously they've got a solid manager in now, and then with Lampard at Coventry,
Yeah.
you've got Middlesbrough now with they've swapped the manager. I said as a Borough fan that I speak to sometimes on TikTok, and I said you need to get rid of Carrick, and he was adamant. No, we've got to keep him. Got to keep him. I said you're doing the same thing over and over again, and nothing's changing. And obviously they brought this man in now, and he's doing wonders for him. So sometimes a change is not a bad thing, is it?
Yeah,
So
no, a
it
lot of
looks like the
Southampton.
champion. Go on,
Yeah,
sorry.
a lot of Saints fans have been calling for Michael Carrick. Like Will Steele's under a bit of pressure down here. We've had a poor start, and he's under pressure. And a lot of Saints fans are saying, "I'll bring in Michael Carrick." What would you say to that, Charlie? You've spoken about Borough making the change, and under Rob Edwards, they've massively kicked on, haven't they?
I think it won't be a bad option to have because maybe you're always going to get that manager bounce. If he did sack Will Still, he'll come in. You probably get a few good results. He is a good manager. You always have Middlesbrough there or thereabouts. They always started off well, dropped off, and then made a late push. But like I said, he is a good manager. I just think you've got to have the right players, and it's a hard thing to do in the Championship, trying to get the right players in all the time because when you're in the Premier League, you're a Premier League team. You can attract whoever you want. You know what I mean? But when you're in Championship, some players look a bit down on it, but a lot of us don't. You're looking more and trying to get like Premier League loans in, especially for us.
Yeah. Has anyone the teams you played this season? Anybody really stood out to you? A side that you've watched that? Oh, I tell you what, they look a good outfit.
I think Borough looked a decent team when we played against them. Ipswich were dangerous, but like I say, we did. They were that focused on trying to attack us that they forgot to defend, basically.
Yeah.
But I've not really seen a team yet. They're going to run away with the league. They're going to go straight up. Like I say, the league's that open. It could be anyone at the minute. You know what I mean? The next few games, after international break, Ipswich could turn around and start winning every single game. You know what I mean? They're capable with the players they've got. Same
Yeah,
you
they've got a
going.
great side.
Same you get your injuries if your players come back. You've got every good chance of still being up there.
Kick on, yeah.
But yeah, it's just a lot of it's your personnel and injuries, and especially this time of year when it's getting a bit colder, a lot of it more injuries do come in. So you are expecting some teams to drop some points. You never know. We could lose the next 3 games, and teams below us win. We could drop right down, and then a lot of our fans would look a bit negative. Then, where you could win the next few, and you'd be thinking, "Oh, Will Still's a good manager now. We're doing well." Because to be honest, you're on 12 points.
Yeah, I think we got 12 points. 12 games, 12 points. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of wins. To be honest, if you look at the league table, a couple of wins, and you're right up there.
Yeah, you just need to find a run of form, don't you?
Yeah.
Osmajic, is he injured at the moment, Charlie?
He's not. He had a rib injury a couple of months ago, and I think Heckenbottom said he's not been right since that, and all this stuff that's going on behind the scenes with this. I don't know if you've seen the Hannibal thing, the apparent racism thing. All that's going on behind the scenes, and it's been like 5 months, and I think he's heads up his arse a bit at the minute with everything that's going on. So he started off well in the season. He's
a good player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a decent player, but recently I don't think his head's been there, to be honest. But if on his day, what a player, what a turn of pace, and then play that ball through the lines, and he's onto the ball every single time.
Yeah, no, he's a quality player. Before I let you go, mate, I want to grab your score prediction. How are you feeling about it? Do you think you can come and get the points?
I'm probably going to stick with what my friend said to me. I'll stick with a 1-0 win to us because it's, like I said, I don't think we'll run away with it. Not a chance of that. And I still think there's a good chance that you could maybe score a goal and pick some points up. But I'll stick with 1-0 to us.
Going to go with 1-0. I'm looking forward to it. Charlie, it's been Great to have you on, mate. Absolute pleasure. Thank you for your insight into Preston North End, and safe travels at the weekend. It's a
Yeah,
long way
nice one, mate.
down here, and enjoy Southampton as well. Whilst you're here, you got any plans while you're down here? You can have a night out or anything? Or
yeah, we've not a clue. Some guy from funny enough, one of my friends messaged me saying, "Where's the best place to go?" I said, "I've not been before, so we're just going to head towards the centre and see what happens."
yeah, well, you have a great night out, mate. It's a great city, some great people, and yeah, you have a fantastic time. Charlie, thank you, mate.
Yes, mate. We'll see you down.
A massive shout out to Charlie. Charlie, thank you very much for joining us on the channel. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. Hopefully we'll catch up with Charlie at the weekend as well, because he is making the visit to Southampton. Right, that brings me to the end of today's show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for listening, whether it's on YouTube or you're listening on podcast format, because each and every show is available to download and listen to in audio format. If you are watching on YouTube, please do subscribe to the Football Martin channel. That would make a massive help to the channel, help push it to more fans. And if you have somebody that may enjoy a bit of Southampton content, please do share this channel with a friend, and share the love of the Football Martin channel. Get all your score predictions in the comments box below as well. Give me all your thoughts ahead of the weekend. How big is this game the weekend? Because I feel it's absolutely massive. I will be back tomorrow, Saturday, with a matchday vlog and also an instant reaction within an hour of the final whistle. That will be available on all my platforms, also Facebook as well now. Fairly new on Facebook, so make sure you go check me out there as well. Just search Football Martin on Facebook. Give me a follow there as well. All my content is absolutely everywhere. Take care, enjoy your Friday, and I'll see you again on Saturday.